With a freshly revamped lineup, which iPad should you buy in 2024? Let's break down those differences and reveal which is the go-to for basically everyone. Without knowing anything about you and how you plan to use the tablet, when anyone asks me which iPad to buy, I'm going to hands down recommend the new 11-inch iPad Air with 256 gigs of storage in space gray. But why that specific model? The iPad Air sits in the middle of the lineup, balancing performance, new features, screen size, and price. It has an M-series chip inside that is shockingly comparable to the new iPad Pros, significantly differentiating it from the 10th generation iPad. That will make the iPad more useful, but it will also ensure that it has a long lifespan and supports the latest features introduced with new software updates. The 128 entry-level storage is more than before, and it may be fine for you. If you have an iPad already, check in settings to see how much storage you're using now. Probably the number one complaint I hear from users is I'm out of storage. So as a default, I now recommend at least leveling up to that second tier. As far as the color, space gray is historically the most popular. If you intend to sell the iPad when you're done with it, choosing a neutral, popular color could help you fetch the highest resale price on sites like eBay. While this recommendation is great for the bulk of users, there's certainly exceptions. If you want the most affordable iPad, try to catch the discontinued 9th generation iPad while they're still stock. It's quite dated at this point, but you can find it for less than $250. On the other hand, if you want a larger screen, the new 13-inch Air is the way to go. Unless you're certain you need the better OLED of the Pro display, I'd 100% say stick with the iPad Air. There are plenty of differences between those two models, but you're talking about a $500 difference between the two. As far as the iPad Pros go, if you need an iPad Pro, you already know. I don't even have to tell you. You already know if you need an iPad Pro. But all that being said, I know what some of you are already saying. You're making the case that instead of buying one of the new models, users should instead pick up a last-gen model on a closeout deal. That is a great idea if you can find them. Closeout discounts so far have been pretty few and far between. If you aren't in need of any of the newest features and you spot a good deal, snatch it up. We've been rounding up any deals we do find, both on the new iPads as well as on the older generation models in our price guide that I put in the description. It's updated regularly, so be sure to check that out. One thing I will point out that is if you plan on buying an Apple Pencil, I'd recommend buying one of the new iPad Airs or Pros. The new Apple Pencil is killer with tons of new sensors, Find My support so you don't lose it, and haptic feedback as you're using it. But it only works with the new tablets. But it's also the same price as the Apple Pencil 2. So again, buy the new iPads if you're planning on buying an Apple Pencil. What I'd advise against right now is picking up a new iPad mini. I'd argue any day that the iPad mini is the GO of the iPad lineup, but a new one is on the horizon. I have a video on that too, and I'll link it here when it's live. But you shouldn't pay full price for the iPad mini when a new one's about to drop. Let me know what you all think. Which iPad are you going to be picking up? Hit me up in the comments and check out the links in the descriptions for the latest deals. Otherwise, I'll catch you in the next video.